Welcome to How to Use a Heat Press video presented by the Mount Royal University Library Maker Studio. In this video, you will learn how to use the heat press tool in the Maker Studio to adhere a heat transfer graphic onto fabric. For more project ideas, resources, and information, you can go to the Maker Studio website, which is found on the Mount Royal University Library website under Spaces.
In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the Mount Royal University is situated on the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, including the Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, and the Tsuut'ina and the Stoney Nakoda nations, as well as the Métis Nation Region 3, and all people who make their homes in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta.
When your heat transfer graphic is ready to be applied to your fabric, you'll come into the Maker Studio and you'll pick up your print, and then you will take away the excess heat transfer material from your graphic. You'll go and get some transfer paper, and what you want to do is cut a section of transfer paper that's a little bit bigger than your graphic. So you can see here we've put our graphic with its backing on top of the transfer paper to measure, and we're just cutting out a piece of the transfer paper that's a little bit bigger than our graphic. Then go over to the heat press machine and remove the protective padding. That is going to be inside a shirt if that's what you're using, or underneath your fabric. So make sure that your fabric is lined up on top of the protective padding where you want it to be. Now is a good time to turn on the heat press. Just use the switch on the right. It's ready to go when it gets to 305. While the heat press is heating up, we can get our graphic ready. So what you need to do is take that piece of transfer paper that you cut to be a little bit bigger than your graphic, and you're going to peel the backing off it. The backing is the opaque piece, and that just goes in the garbage. Now you're going to take your transfer paper sticky side down, and you're going to put it onto your graphic. You don't want a lot of air bubbles, so you might want to try going from one side to the other and just laying it down on top of your graphic. Then you press down, and then what you do is you peel the transfer paper away from the graphic backing, and the backing comes off. That goes in the garbage, and what you have left is a piece of transfer paper which is sticky on the bottom, and your graphic is stuck to it. Now take your fabric or t-shirt and place your graphic sticky side down onto the material where you would like it to be. Make sure you smooth out any air bubbles. When the heat press is ready to go at 305, it'll give you a nice long loud beep. Move the heat press out of the way, then put your fabric onto the heat press. Move the top part back using the handles. Be careful, it's very hot. Now pull down with the lever, lock it into place, and press the play button. It'll count down from 15. And when it's done, it'll give you a nice long beep. That's it. Lift up the handle. Move the heat press out of the way. Carefully remove the protective padding with your material on it. Once it's cooled off, you can remove the transfer paper. So just start gently peeling it off your fabric. If you start to notice that your graphic is coming with the transfer paper instead of being stuck to the fabric, you can actually put the transfer paper back down, just gently push it back down and put it back onto the heat press and do the process over again. But otherwise, if your graphic is sticking to your fabric, you can gently peel off the transfer paper. This heat transfer material is very high quality and can be put into a washing machine or a dryer. The next step is to remove the padding from inside or underneath your material and then place it back onto the heat press. Be careful, the machine is hot. If you're finished using the heat press, just turn it off using the switch on the right. If you have further questions, you can contact the Maker Studio at makerstudio@mtroyal.ca, or you can email the Maker Studio staff.